I'm here with Heke Huata, who's been awarded a New Year honour. Welcome.
Kia ora.
And so you've been recognised to be an officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, no, it's a great honour, and yes, I was initially reluctant recipient, I think, of all of the people, and a lot of those people that some can see in this shot, who have gone before me, who have really paved the way for Māori and Māori in education. So quite humbled by the fact that people nominated me for the award. So yeah, a humbling experience, I must say. Yeah.
And when did you receive the notification, and what was your original sort of reaction to it?
It would be about 6 weeks ago. Yeah. I actually cried. Yeah, I did cry, I think, because it takes me back to the many people that have helped shape the way I think and the mahi that I do. Yeah, and to be recognised by my own people, to put my name forward, it's really is an honour. So I think it's that I'm humbled about, and so there were tears of joy, but yeah, very tearful.
And how will you be celebrating once it's made public?
I expect that a lot of people will ring me up, and I will be, because it's quite hard, you're not allowed to tell anybody till it's released. And so other than my immediate whānau, my partner and my children, just so that they're prepared, I suppose, to say, is that your mother? Yeah, so it will still be with my whānau. Yeah.
Because it must be hard keeping this big secret.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's a little bit like, oh, I don't really want it. This is a little bit embarrassing. You know, how are people going to react to it? And there'll be people who are really excited, I'm sure, about it. Those who nominated me or had letters of recommendation for the award, yeah, they will be pleased. Yeah.
And you don't know who nominated you?
You can request the letters, and I think I should do that. Yes. Yeah. So. Yeah.
And you've had quite a career over the years. Tell me a bit about how you first got into it.
That would go all the way back to really our father. So these principles that we were raised in a home, we have a Christian background, so our father, our grandfather and our great-grandfather, all Anglican ministers. And so the Huata whānau have had, as I said, unbroken service to the Anglican Church. But our father was of a time and of an ilk where he could blend both Te Ao Māori with Te Ao Pākehā with Christianity. Might be ironic to some, but actually he did it really well, so we just thought that was the norm. But the principles by which he lived by, he had his whakatauki he always used, which is ko te amorangi ki mua, ko te hāpai o ki muri, te tūturutanga mahi pono o te Māori mana motuhake, which means let God be the spearhead, let achievement follow, is true Māoridom in action. And so we've grown up in our home knowing that. I think all of our work that we do has been influenced by that whakatauki or by those words. Yeah.
Well, and you were a foundational member of Te Waku Tapu o Takitimu in 1983.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, the establishing of that was as a direct response to some of the issues of that time back in the 80s, for Māori, by Māori, in Māori. So that was a key reason for the establishment of it. and using the Māori performing arts as a platform to achieve self-determination.
Okay. And in 1991, you established a Te Kohanga Reo?
Yes, that's correct. So on the 10th of June 1991, it was established in our home. And on the first day of Kohanga Reo, our father did all the formalities, the blessing of the Kohanga Reo. And in the karakia, our father says, you will establish a kura kaupapa Māori in 1995. He's saying that, and it's all going down in the formalities. So afterwards, when we'd had the formalities and we were having kai, I said, Dad, did you say in your karakia that we're going to start a kura kaupapa Māori? And he goes, yes, that's right. And I went, but this is the first day of kohanga, what are you thinking? But that's how forward thinking, I think, and clear our father was. He had whakapono, we call it, a belief, and so it set us on a pathway to go from, as we have, from kohanga reo, a thriving kohanga reo, to establishing our kura kaupapa in 1995, which is thriving now, and of course we redesignated that to a whare kura in 2016. Yeah.
And what would you say has been the highlight of your career?
I think it's the care and education of the future leaders of New Zealand. I think we haven't, it's been a learning journey as we've gone along. I've always thought how privileged it is for anybody to enrol their children or their taonga into our kohanga reo, but to see them then move through the kohanga, the kura kaupapa, into the whare kura, and now we have graduates of our kohanga reo who are the lead teachers, or kaiako matua we call them, or the pauako within our whare kura, and also they've come through the Takitimi Performing Arts School, so it's coming full circle. Yeah, those are highlights for me, to have these young kids, well, we got them young as babies, do the whole cycle. Yeah.
And now you've got the new school on Bennett Road, and that must be quite a achievement for you.
Yes, it's a huge achievement, and if we look at since 1983, the 43 years that we've been open and operating, and it's an evolution, but what hasn't changed, what remains constant, is the vision and mission that was set back in 1983. Yeah. So when the going gets tough, it's that we go back to sustain ourselves.
And what would you like to see going forward?
We have on that site, we have another building, another part of the pipeline that we need to be building, and I'd like to see that through to fruition. Yeah.
And speaking to you, it's not just your recognition, it's the recognition of the people around you, your ancestors, and sort of going forward. Yeah, tell me a bit about that.
I think that saying that, it takes a village to grow a child, that's literally how we've been raised, and fortunate that our dad, well, our parents actually, saw education as it provides you with opportunities and options that you might not otherwise have if you don't have an education. Fortunately for us, we're bilingual, we're bicultural, we've had exposure to many cultures, in fact, which was the norm in our home, and had people from overseas come in and live with us or live in our home as we were growing up. if people are able to experience that, then they get a deeper appreciation of their own culture and its uniqueness amongst the world, but they get an appreciation of other people's culture and practices.
Right. Yeah, anything else you'd like to add?
No, he mi kauana ki a rātou hei manaki, hei tiaki, taku mahi mai te timatatanga o te kaupapa, o te kohanga reo, o te wananga whare tāpiri o tāki tamu hoki. Koenei oku whakaaro, he mihi aroha nui kia koutou, kia rātou, kua wheturangitia. Tēnei taku kōrero, e hara taku toa I te tōtaki tahi, engari taku toa he tōtaki tini. E whai haere taku mahi ki te kōrero whai e koe te kahurangi ki te tū ohu koe he maunga teitei. Learning is lifelong and I'm still got a lot to learn. Kia ora.
Thank you for your time.